In the back, everybody. All right. Coach Thiesse, opening statement.
I am at a loss for words. We talked in the locker room in our little circle of trust, and we had a chance to just really take a moment and soak it all in. And our captains initiated that. They wanted us to come together, hand in hand, and come up with a thought, a moment, something that we were so thankful for to be in this moment, in this journey, whatever that was. And it was just incredible to hear each person put to words what they were experiencing ahead of this game, to be hand in hand in that moment. And ironically, in the exact same locker room that we were in a few months ago in tears because we were at a loss for what was going on at that stage, and wholly full circle to be in that exact same locker room at this stage of this season against a familiar opponent that we would have seen at that time. I just cannot express how proud of this basketball team I am. This leadership, these are three of our captains right here, and again, I feel like I had the easiest job in the world this year. I could take a back seat and watch this group be the ones that took the lead. They were the ones that set the tone game after game. They had the confidence. I could just go on and on about what this team has done. I'm just so thankful for the families, the alumni, the band, the community, our president, our athletic director, the amount of support that this program has received, not just in this year, but all the time. This is a special place. Minnesota State University is a special place, and I am just so happy that we've had a chance to bring that national championship back to Mankato.
All right, let's take questions for the players. Tommy?
I guess I'll start with you, Joey. When I talked to Coach Thiesse, or when we did to start the week, I talked about how, this team being a 7 seed, how the NSIC was maybe a little underrepresented. And Coach said the main focus was in this tournament to, A, focus on yourselves, and B, represent the NSIC and represent Mankato. That said, you took care of business. You beat a lot of teams down this stretch that had beaten you before. And, you proved to be probably the best 7 seed ever. Just, did that come into your minds at all? Was that a motivating factor at all during this journey?
I feel like at first when we got the seeding, like the 7 seed, we were like, oh, ouch, like a little bit. But we realized that, like, Coach went through it with us, like, how the rankings work. They base it all off numbers. And, like, the start of the year, we played two of the teams that we beat in the regional tournament, and we lost to them earlier in the season. And just looking at that kind of hurt us too. But, like, we changed our whole mindset of, like, if anybody beats us, it's because we beat ourselves. So I think that's really, like, where our chemistry, like, came to an all-time high. Those 3 regional games were the best ever. Like, we just started a good hot streak there. And using that as motivation a little bit, but not making that the only factor of it too. Making sure that we focus more on ourselves, because it's our defense, it's our pace, it's our everything that sets the tone of the game, not what the seeding is. We changed our mindset too. We have to play every team anyway, so really it's just a number, but it's amazing to see how we came together and get to this point.
Emily and Joey, I want to make Natalie a little uncomfortable here. Talk a little bit about her growth this weekend and what she did, especially you guys passing the torch as seniors.
Yeah.
Natalie.
I think she is just an overall amazing player. I apologized to her like a million times because I didn't pay attention to her getting her 1,000th point. Yeah. Otherwise, I would have went all out, created her a bunch of posters and stuff. I'm all about celebrating my teammates because they are amazing people. Natalie is an all-around amazing person. Basketball player to the side. She is so much more than that. She pours into others. She cares so much about other people. And just to see her leadership grown as a sophomore is insane to me. Like, she acts like she's a 5th year with me. I'm just so proud of her, and I know she's going to do amazing things, and there's not enough you can say about her, honestly.
Yeah, I've had the benefit of being in the same position group as Natalie her last 2 years, and because of her and how hard she works, she's made me a better player too. And she's just one of the best athletes I've ever seen. And Mankato basketball is in really good hands with her next year.
Natalie, I want to flip it. Talk about these 2 seniors and what this means for you guys as underclassmen to send the senior class out the way you did.
Yeah, Joey sets the ultimate example. I have never seen somebody work so freaking hard and want it so bad for everyone and herself. She always puts our team before herself, and it just shows the kind of person that she is, and that she will love everyone until the day she dies. Everyone she meets, she's just a people person. And Joey Batt is just one of the best teammates that I have ever had. And then Emily Herzberg is, I've gotten really close with Emily Herzberg over the last 2 years, and her leadership is just unmatched. She puts me in better positions to grow as an athlete, and she makes me better. As much as she thinks that I make her better, it's the same as either way. She is honestly a all-around person. She's got me through some lows and kept me up and through some highs, and just she's someone that I can rely on just to be there at any moment. So Herzberg is just ultimately one of the best teammates.
Any other questions? Cliff?
I'll ask all 3 of you players this. I mean, with your guys' win tonight, Minnesota State basketball isn't done yet. Coach talked about how special of a place it is. Talk about the excitement this week that the men's team is going to be playing for the national championship tomorrow.
I mean, how freaking lucky are we to be surrounded by winning athletes and just a culture of winning? You couldn't ask for a better environment to be in. We're pretty close with the guys' team, and it's just been so fun to be able to go through this as a Maverick. And we're going to be the first ones cheering for them tomorrow.
Yeah, seeing how hard we've worked outside of games. Nobody sees the dedication, the hard work, the effort towards it, the blood, sweat, and tears that we all shed through it. And seeing the community support. Coach talked about how Mankato is an amazing community. Like, we give to the community, but they give back to us a million times more than I think we could ever imagine. And we hope that this carries, like me and Em, for next year for women's sports, for men's sports, just for Minnesota State sports, that we're going to have fans there, we're going to have crowds there because we're proving a point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, honestly, our men's team and our team have supported each other through everything. I think we're our biggest supporters, honestly, always watching each other, whether we're on the road or at home, and it's just amazing to see 2 teams connect so much like that.
For the players, all 3 of you, you certainly did not have an easy path to this game, but it seemed like today this was a game where everybody rose to meet the moment. It was a complete team performance. You turned them over 30 times. Talk about your approach in disrupting the TW offense tonight.
I think the biggest thing for us was we kind of started having the mindset of, like, we've gotten to the furthest point we can. Is there any reason that obviously it's stressful. We won a national championship. There's high stakes, but at the same time, it's like we got here. Just going out there for 40 minutes and playing with that love, that chemistry, that passion for each other, for ourselves too, of how hard we worked here to get here. And just the past 2 games that we had before this game tonight, we kind of knew it wasn't our best defensive effort. So just really focusing on that, I feel like, was like our biggest factor. But just going out there and playing loose and having fun. We had a little dance circle before the game too to get us a little jazzed up. So it was amazing.
Yeah, and a huge credit to Texas Women's. I mean, they're a very solid team, and they have great players that made plays, and they went on a little run at the end and gave us a little run for our money, but I'm so proud of us how we responded to that and stayed composed and came together even more because of that.
Yeah, just kind of showing our resiliency that we have throughout the entire season. It kind of showed in this one game, and like Joey said, we just like to be fun and goofy, and that's just who we are, and that's how we played.
You had a question?
Coach Thiesse, I asked you this question in Oklahoma. I'll ask it again. We're still working on the players. Oh. Well, I did ask the same question to Joey too, so I'll ask it to Joey first. From New Ulm Elementary to this point, how does it feel to know that you'll never lose another basketball game again?
That's what we said. We ended a winner, so there we go. That's the best thing ever because I hate losing. So makes me a happy camper, but I am just so excited that I got to have the opportunity to spend with these girls. I'm going to try to not get emotional. They are everything and more to me. They're my second family, and getting this opportunity with them, especially with how the year started, like for me too, I'd never broken a bone before, and then of course my 5th year, but getting to that and just seeing the resiliency and growth that we've had, and like effort, love, everything that they poured into me through that. And I can't wait till like after this, these years on, to support these ladies still, to support Coach and everything she's given me, but also just to spread my knowledge and my love and my passion to those younger kids too. I think that's so important, and that's definitely my next main goal in life, so never over.
Okay, I think that's going to do it. Players, we're going to let you rejoin your team. Okay?
Thank you.
Congratulations on a great win and
Thank
a great
you.
season.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take this.
Hey, go ahead and take your placard if you'd like.
Oh, yeah. Need some pockets.
You need a basket for that. Yeah, enjoy it.
Nice job. Nice job.
All righty, Coach, questions for Coach Thiesse.
Okay.
Go ahead now.
So from the basketball family, the Gussos and Spearfish, to a Spearfish Spartan, to a UNK Loper, to a national champion head coach, how can you encapsulate that journey in the moment here?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's so incredibly special to share in this moment with so many people that were a part of that journey. Just as I talked the other day about the alums and how the alums, were a part of the journey every step of the way to get us here. To have every single one of my family members in the crowd, some that hopped in the car this morning and drove from Spearfish to be here today. But I think I have 7 or 8 college teammates that made their way here, former players from, my trips to different universities. It's about those relationships. And, I talked to my staff before the game about, just like that's why I got into this. I want to give young people those experiences and those types of connections like I've had that have made me, so many wonderful memories and moments. And, I think that's why this is special. It's these young people that are incredible people, and the incredible memories and moments that I've had over the course of my journey, and being able to celebrate that with them.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Coach, you had a lot of people step up throughout this week, but your bench today again, Ava thrown into a starting spot, Claire coming off the bench, hitting a couple of really big threes early to help get some separation. Talk about those players and just the always ready mindset that they have and how they're locked in, tapped in, as you like to say, and ready to go.
Yeah, I can't say enough about the resiliency and the toughness of this basketball team. I just keep coming back to Destiny Bursch. What a tough blow to have experienced an injury in the Elite Eight game, and to be such a key part of what it took to get us here, and then to have to take a back seat in big games. She deserves to be sitting up at this table too. Emily Russo, our starting center, to experience an injury in the Final Four game, and she got some pretty tough news in the middle of that game. Wiped those tears off, came right back out to the bench, and she was not going to let that be a distraction to this team. And Taylor Tayush, again, I've brought that name up several times, but her name needs to be said when we're talking about the seniors, like Joey and Emily Herzberg and Grace Mueller. That injury that she sustained basically at the end of last year and has taken her out all year. She's done some incredible things just to be able to walk, and to be able to step out on the floor with that jersey on is so special. And so, I think, yeah, we know Mackenzie Schweim can do those great things. We know Ava Steer is ready and to step up, and the reason they're ready is because of incredible leaders that have prepared them for that, and because of the belief and the faith and the trust, and because they want to pick up those teammates that couldn't do what they wanted to do for us tonight, and it was still about the love. So I'm so proud of this team. I mean, everybody has their resiliency. I get that. Everybody has their struggles, but this team, I mean, I looked at my staff after that semifinal game, and they said, "We got one more. We can do this. We got one more." We had another kid throwing up in the hotel room last night, and it's just like, all right, we got one more, and they did, and they stepped up big for us.
Tommy.
Hey, Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
Players touched on it a little bit. First 3 quarters, things are humming, and you're doing what you're doing. Full court press, turnovers, balls going through the hole, and then Texas women's down 25, got it to within 10. I think that speaks to the opponent they are. But they talked about composure, what was the challenge there, just keeping things together, and how did you see your team respond when it got a little tight there late?
Yeah, I thought ton of credit to Texas Women's. I think they did a great job of cranking the heat and giving us a little page out of our own book. I think early on we were kind of waiting and instead of kind of having our foot on the gas pedal like we're accustomed to. And then all of a sudden we started to get tight with that. And we just had to, we actually got into that huddle. And again, Destiny Bursch, she's our confidence. She looked them in the eye and she said, "You got to look like you believe it." And they did, they just like, yes, okay, and just kind of settled in there a little bit. And, I tell my team all the time, control the controllables. And for us, some of the controllables are making free throws. And, you just got to see that ball go through the hoop on the ones that you can get. And then all of a sudden it starts to take that pressure off, and we settled in there a little bit.
Clifton.
Coach, I asked the players this just a few minutes ago. I mean, there's been a lot of excitement, a lot of buzz in the Minnesota State basketball programs in the last week. Tomorrow the men go for the national championship. Just, give your thoughts on just how this week's been for these basketball programs.
So much fun. I mean, so much fun. What great national buzz going around for Minnesota State University. And, just as Natalie had talked about, just such great support between the two programs, great connections between the players, the staffs. It has just been so much fun to see the type of energy that their team plays with that just, mimics our team so much. And there's just so much fun around Maverick basketball right now. And I guess, again, also to Emily Herzberg's point, the entire athletic department. I mean, from top to bottom across the board, you just see champions over and over, and it's great to carry our weight in that and to be a part of an incredible program. Credit to our administration for putting us in a great spot to do what we do.
Coach, the redemption tour is over. Talk a little bit about what that meant for this team to get this opportunity tonight. They redeemed 3 other ones earlier against Duluth and Fort Hays State and Southern Naz, and to get one more of them tonight.
I mean, how good is God? Like, there's no other explanation for how that has all laid out. I mean, it's incredible that we were able to come back and see those exact same opponents in reverse order, and just the fun, the joy that our team played with. Again, as Joy mentioned, like, we just, after that great circle moment, it was like, all right, now crank the music up and let's start dancing. Let's go. Let's cut the tension and let's have some fun out here. And again, it was a revenge tour. It was a chance to prove to ourselves that we were a different basketball team, but it was never about we're better than anybody else out there. It was just, let's do what we do and let's prove to ourselves that we're a different basketball team. And I thought that's what our team handled so well all season long.
We got one more.
I want to go back to the last question and talk about some of the overall success in the department, because none of this happens in a vacuum, not without administrative support, community support, things like that. I want to read something that came across my social media feed during the game. This is from Sam Straisner, who's Director of University Relations down at Arkansas Tech. He said, "Everyone I met at Minnesota State Athletics when we were there for the men's regional was as nice as they could be. They called Coke's pop, but that was the only flaw I could spot. If they pull off this double with women's and men's basketball, it couldn't happen to a nicer group of folks." And I think my question for you is it the people, what about the people makes the place so special and has created an environment where you and the other programs can have the success that you've had?
Yeah, I mean, as I just mentioned, it's the relationships. That's what makes it worth fighting for. I love that. I love that. It gives me goosebumps. And we had a video out from our football team, cheering us on, and the rally of that group with the sustained success that they've had. And I mean, programs across the board just lifting us up and pouring into us and being there, to support us on the sidelines for games. And, there's just a different bond between student athletes. But to have the community, to have the people around us, to see our president driving back and forth between Evansville and St. Joseph for an entire week, that's commitment, that's love, that's from the top down. And when you've got a president that's that present, that trickle down is it through the entire university, the entire community. That's the type of love and support that we have. We know our president. We've seen him. He's there. He's knowing us by name, and it's all about the relationship. So I appreciate that other people got to experience MSU in person. We'd love a chance to host a tournament and bring more people in there as well.
I think that's going to help. You want to take one more?
Coach, I mean, when you talk about a double, men's and women's, I mean, you're in the conversation of very few, and everybody at the D1 level thinks UConn, but when you have Minnesota State in that conversation, what does that mean?
I mean, I'm getting goosebumps just hearing you say it, I mean, the cream of the crop, the premier universities are able to do those kind of things, and that's who we are. We are a premier university, and I want everybody across this country to know the Minnesota State Mavericks, and not just what we do on the basketball floor, but again, across the board, our entire athletic department, our university is a special place, and we're just so excited that we've been able to take care of our business and put our name on the map, and we're ready to cheer the men on and bring home another one tomorrow.
Okay, I think that's going to wrap it up. Coach, congratulations. What a great game and what a great week you guys have had.